I'm here, by the way.
Alright, so I'll just count down now.
Oh yeah, sure.
Alright, so this is going to be a run-up of Sir X, beating all the step ghosts. And 3, 2, 1, go. So this is the run I will be doing on Awesome Games and Quick as well, coming January. And yeah, I will be playing the time attack mode. And beating all the preset times from the developers by the step ghost. You can see the difference between me and the step ghost in the top right corner, the green time. I hope the audio and game feed is fine now. It was a bit of trouble with the setup.
No, it actually sounds pretty good. So, the audio and video is all fine.
Alright. Alright, so on Mute City 1 that I'm playing now, you can see there's not that much going on. It's just trying to be as perfect as possible around the corners. This was a bit of a sloppy run, but anything sub 110 for a marathon time is good, I think. Alright, next track. Silence is an interesting track because it's you drive on the side of like a circle shape, so it's constantly going forward. And despite what seems obvious, it's actually faster to pick settings close to max acceleration. Normally that is good for going around corners fast by using this drifting technique. But you can also do it against the rail, and that way you can just gain enough speed on the first lap, especially that this strategy ends up being faster.
This is probably one of the better staff goes in the game too.
Yeah, it's tricky. By doing that little technique, it's called a true diagonal dive. I get enough speed to beat this step ghost safely. You can actually push that dive a little further than what I'm doing now, but that comes at the risk of just completely flying off the track. For like very minimal time gain. Alright, Sand Ocean. Recently, practicing this track, I changed my settings from slider to this near max speed setting, pretty much what the step ghost is using as well. Because this really is much more easy to consistently get reasonably good times with. As you can see, this is the first track where I'm doing some small dives out of the tunnel.
And double tap dives are stronger for Twin Arena, right? Because he's a lighter vehicle.
Yeah, I believe so. So this is just trying to... Unbelievable. Alright, so that's a stupid mistake. If you go like out of the tunnel at a slightly wrong angle, then you can hit the rail, and that was kind of the one moment in the whole race when that really shouldn't have happened.
It just goes to show that it's very easy to make mistakes in this game that punish you severely.
so I should probably take it a little bit easy now. Oh, I already failed at doing that. Alright, yeah, I'll be fine now, I think. Alright, the time is kind of, you know, reasonable for a marathon run. Not too good, but yeah. Alright, Devil's Forest is a fairly simple track, I think. A lot of it comes down to doing a real slide in the big corkscrew section on the first lap. So it's coming up now, you can see a booster on the track. I can use that to do this real slide and gain a little speed that way. It saves a couple seconds over the whole run. Usually I stay a little bit on the left side of the corkscrew, which may seem slower, but it turns out that your vehicles slow down a little less by driving on that side, so your speed stays a little higher. Alright, I'm just gonna take it pretty safe now. Normally I would boost one more time. Alright. One of the tracks where it really matters, if I guess a little bit lucky to get through it at least, is this one. You can win a lot of time on this track doing the strategy that I will be attempting, which is very risky, or you can just die. Alright, so that's the little bit of slow version, but at least I made it. Yeah, that can happen. That corners, that's just, I guess it wasn't even intended to be that hard, but because I'm going so fast on that section, it's usually quite a challenge.
As for these dives as well, there's only a couple of people that can actually do them properly in time attack, and Butter actually does them all the time in single segment runs. I mean, time attack you can reset.
So I think this time is about as fast as you can go with the slightly safer strategy by not doing such a big shortcut, but it's a lot faster. Usually it's a lot faster to just go there for all the dives. Alright, Port Town is I think one of the best designed tracks in the game. I really like it personally. And it seems the corners are really made for like these big slides that I'm doing, but the step code is actually not doing that. So you will see that I'll probably beat it by quite a gap. Time gap, I mean. Alright. So the jump is really one of the critical points of the track. And yeah, I had a bit of a bad angle there, but I could still salvage it. It was better. Pretty good, I guess.
I also donated $10 for the big blue shortcuts. I figured it was worth $10, so.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I should probably update the total on that.
Sector Alpha. This is I guess one of my least favorite tracks in the game. It's not really made for doing this kind of slider strategy that I'm doing, and
the world record uses Crazy Bear here, right?
yeah, actually I got my PB with Crazy Bear as well. I think the main reason is that you keep more energy after the first flight against the rail, because the Crazy Bear has a very strong body.
Yeah, the TTD, the True Diagonal Dive, you get a lot more speed from it with more weight, or do you just maintain the speed longer?
Well, it is actually a double tap dive, just a regular double tap dive, but it really doesn't look that way because the camera goes all crazy.
Ooh, and CGN says $20 for the AGG on Devil's Forest 2.
Yeah, he really wants me to do that.
He's doing it to you again.
I was actually practicing it last week with CGN watching, and I was failing it all the time. I'll give it one shot at least.
For those who don't know, AGG is the air-ground glitch. You basically trick the game into thinking you're like flying. It's a really strange glitch. You can float around the level and do some really weird stuff with it.
Yeah, you basically land in the rail and then fly immediately after. And then the game is really confused and kind of a mode of being in between flying and normal driving. So as you can see, compared to the previous two F-Zero games that we watched, this game is a lot which is heavily focused on jumps and flying and all that.
Yeah, a lot of the level design, they really wanted to, you know, focus that it's a 3D game and there's lots of verticality to it.
It's a little bit of a safe run, but Red Canyon can really screw me over sometimes if I try to push the jumps a bit too far. Alright, so this is the one track with AGG, and I guess I might as well attempt it. Risky stuff for the win. Or not. We'll see. Come on. Bullshit. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, so I shouldn't try anything fancy here. I just try to get this AGG working. I'll try it one more time. $20. Yeah.
He also says you need to land it for the money.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the last try, I guess, because I might as well be stuck here for hours. Alright, so at least I got it.
That's part one.
No, this is the hardest part, actually landing this thing. Yes!
$20 CGN.
Well, it's probably worth a bit more than $20, but it's a good show regardless.
I'm serious that the staff ghost is going to pass me. Because I messed it up a bit. I might not pass me. Yeah, so this strategy is a little bit hard. I have to practice this more, definitely. Alright, so just to get through the track now, I'm just gonna finish it.
Much caught up.
So this is what I was attempting. And sometimes if you almost land, like on a little hill here. Yeah, your angle gets completely changed to what you're diving to, and then that's what happened here. Alright, so this track is messed up. But that's just this game. If you make a really small mistake, it can completely change a whole chain reaction of moves that you were planning to do, and you can lose it all the time.
Yeah, the energy you have and the momentum you have like really dictate what you can do in the track.
Thank you, CTM, for that $20 donation.
Hey,
I really should have just finished that race.
At least I'm gonna guess that was him. Otherwise, somebody else just paid $20.
well, it was worth it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I guess it's a movie that I should just really practice a lot, so to get it down for awesome games and quick, so I can show it off. This has a really nice symbol dive here.
Meridian Prime is going to order pizza. WMJ, can you tell what kind of pizza Meridian Prime should order?
What is a really spicy pizza?
Habanero pepper pizza.
Oh yes.
As much pepper as possible.
As much pepper as possible. Okay.
Legit.
Alright, so as you can see, this was a really easy short track, Big Blue 2. There's a few small dives that you can do that save a little bit of time.
Yeah, like 3 or so parts of the track.
Yeah, I did one dive in the first lap, which is I think the most important one, and then there's like two diagonal dives you can do around the corkscrew area, but that's a little bit too easy to just mess up, and you win like maybe a second or so. Alright, so I'm playing Whiteland now. I think it's a really cool track, but I cannot do the most fun strategy for it, so because the jump plates can really glitch out sometimes in this game. Like the faster you go, the more risk there is that you will just go straight through one of these jumps and on this track that means that you instantly die.
Yeah, I think the reasoning for it is that like it checks during the frame if you are touching a jump plate. So if between one frame and the next, if you're like if you fly like go right past a jump plate, the game won't recognize that you hit it, so you'll just fly up and die.
Yeah. I tried with like a tool-assisted run once. I did a save state right before one of the jumps, and no matter what I did, unless I braked, I always went through it. I couldn't find a way to prevent that from happening.
I guess yeah, you'd have to like line up the dive so that the frame rate would like coincide with when you hit the jump plate.
Yeah.
That would be weird to do a tool assisted run of.
Alright, Firefield is a really fun track. For me it's one of the hardest tracks, if not the hardest track. This is really a chain reaction of dives and stuff. And the first part is failed, but yeah, it's so maggy. The stab goes is really bad here. No. Yeah, you can do I was going too slow for that, but you can do a finish here where you just like suicide dive under the track and finish the race. But
That is risky.
that is a little bit too risky for a marathon run.
This is the amount of risk management that Wilder has. Like, it's a straight up vouch for it.
Okay.
Also, BMN asks, how much money would it require for you to switch the camera angle to be directly behind the vehicle?
I can do it on this track. I don't
'Cause
know,
for me,
whatever you
I
feel
wouldn't
is
be able to
worth it.
handle that.
They're directly behind the ship. So you mean this one?
Like right up close to it, yeah.
I will definitely not do it on the next track. So I already missed the boost now. Whatever you feel is worth it, man. I really... This is gonna be hard. Feels weird.
CGN just suggested a reverse camera run. You just hold it, have the camera looking behind you all the time.
I can attempt that on Silence 1.
Let's see some Mute City 3 reverse camera runs then.
Yeah, I think this is the last one where I'll be doing this stupid camera stuff because...
Yeah,
It's
it's
hard.
really not safe in this game.
I'm supposed to be the step ghost, huh?
Yeah, like if beating the staff ghost with the reverse camera would be not something you could just do regularly.
I beat the step codes by 7 seconds with the retarded camera. This is actually a fun camera for like a replay mode if the game had one, to watch it that way. Because you get the best sense of speed that way. Alright, this is I think for me this is the hardest track in the game, so I definitely need a normal camera now. Alright, so there's a lot of like shortcut kind of dives you can do here that are really, really risky.
This first dive here is completely blind. You just have to wing it.
Yeah, you have to like turn around pretty much exactly 180, like 170 degrees in the air, and it's not easy to do.
Yeah, you have to fly a bit funny there around the looping to skip it. I guess I was just a little bit off.
Yeah, there's kill planes and checkpoints all around there. You need to fly pretty specifically in the air while going really fast.
Yeah,
as well.
it's not that hard if you know how, but it's also really dependent on how fast you're going. The game will allow you to do that. That was really, really close. Okay, I beat it.
Skipping the loop on both boost laps is, I don't think many people would say that's single segment friendly, but that's a pretty,
I beat it like almost the first try. Good enough. It was a bit of a sloppy run, especially around the blind dive. But that's just how it is with Sector Beta.
How about him for a donation, or?
go for it.
Okay. EZHP, thank you for your $5 donation. Apparently he didn't ask for the camera change, but he still donated for it. Oh, and Brit, WMJ toilet.
Oh yeah, what did he say was gonna be on that pizza? Chicken piri pizza, spicy pizza meat, 100% mozzarella cheese, green peppers, spicy chicken, hot chili sauce, parsley and garlic.
So as you can see, this track also has like a funny checkpoints around where the partner I'm flying. But it's actually quite reasonable to do that consistently. It's not nearly as crazy as Sector Beta or anything like that. Alright, this track is also completely nuts. Usually I just go for it and hope for the best. So
yeah,
you,
half-pipe physics are weird.
yeah, but the funny thing is the developers of the game knew about that trick, that you could do side attacks on this in the half pipe and get a lot of speed.
Oh yeah, the interview, I read that too.
Yeah.
It's like he thought it was cool, so he left it in.
Yeah.
That's why F-Zero devs are cool.
Yeah, basically, it's like when you're doing a double tap dive in the air. If you like go on the side of the half pipe, it brings you to like a similar angle, and the side attack dives will give you the extra speed, but while on the ground. It's really weird.
So I just left Snap Ghost. Alright, might as well not kill myself on the last jump. Alright, I think 42 seconds is pretty good for a single segment. Basically, if you land all the dives, you almost automatically have something around 40 seconds. Or faster if you do it super often. Alright, this is a really fun track. Only let down by the jump plate glitch, which can be really dangerous. I just missed the first plate. That's something that's a common mistake, I guess. I just feel that this is necessary. Fuck. That's some really strange bounce of the track when I landed, so...
I have never actually seen you bounce like that.
No, I've seen it before, but... yeah, that was a bit unexpected. So this track, as you can see, it's hard, but it's also a lot of fun to play usually. So that was a glitch, I just went straight through the jump plate. There's not really anything I could have done to prevent it. And again. Alright. So this run was had a bit of bug, I guess, but it's still fun. Alright, the last cup, Joker Cup. Rainbow Road, yeah, really fun version of the Mario Kart 64 track. I guess your time is heavily dependent on how well you do the double tap dive at the start. That was reasonable for a single segment, that's pretty much how I want to do it. Right, I might don't go all the way. Alright. 137 is good. What tends to happen on this track also is on the last lap you just want to go to the finish as quickly as possible, so you slide around the last corner and then you hit one of those mines and you bounce just right off the track. That happens so often. I think in my PB I also hit a mine and like almost died, but just barely finished it. Alright, Devil's First 3 is a fun track. Because on this one the step goes also slides around corners. I think it's next to impossible to even beat the step goes here without doing a sliding move.
And this is like a really good track for sliding.
Yeah.
Like all the turns are just really like lined up well for it. Like I've seen some custom tracks where it's like it was designed with like double tap dives in mind or like other certain like tech. It's like this track was like designed with sliding in mind. It's like it works out really well for it.
Yeah, this is perfect for sliding, and you can see the step goes also slides. I remember the first time I tried to beat it, I didn't even know that you could do that. So it was just accelerating away from me in all the corners, and I really didn't understand what was going on. Until I read the game's manual where it just explained how to do it. Alright, so Spaceland is, I think it's a fantastic track. It has everything that you could wish for in a Zero X track, I think. Fast dive, sliding, corners, and this ice corner just still gives me problems. But it's mainly it's really fast. There's a little difficult moves you can do when you fly out of the tunnel. But you need a little speed for that, and maybe I can attempt it in the last lap, but I'll have to see. Okay. So I guess overall this whole F-Zero X run has been not so super good because I crash too often. But I'm also going for a little hard stuff. Alright. Beating the step goes actually is like almost no challenge to that. I mean, it's just time attack. And if I do it anywhere near reasonable, then I'll beat the step goes easily. That's the one I was talking about. Sort of obligatory suicide.
Yeah, as long as the vehicle is above the level of the track, it'll count as passing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what some may call a fireworks finish.
It's funny because in this game the max speed is 3,000 kilometers an hour. It'll just the speed will just get stuck when you reach that and not increase, unless you fall off the track like that. And the moment the game like determines, okay, he's gonna die, the speed can go above the limit. And somebody in the tool-assisted run did that and just touched like the last pixel of the rail, going faster than 3000, and then the speed counted as a speed record, like above the game's limit. Alright. A bit of it sloppy, but yeah. And I guess I need to practice that dive at the end a little more. Sport Time 2 can be... it's an interesting track. It has a lot of very sharp and tricky corners. And a little shortcut in the beginning. If you take that a little bit too aggressively, then you can end up under the track. So that's always something to watch out for, especially for me, because it tends to happen a lot to me. And normally you would boost here as well if you like go for the time attack records. But from experience I know that in a single segment run I should not do that. Alright. And the last track of the game, Big Hands. I believe the Set Ghost also slides here, as well as Sport Time 2 that I just played. But this one you can easily beat going near max speed as well, because it's really crappy. Alright, so an important aspect to this track is also the energy management. Because you just barely don't have enough energy to just go boosting around all the corners. Nearly time. And time.
Jasper, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I need to wait for the RTMP to catch up, because I started with the RTMP. 46-26.
46-26, alright. Yeah, it's not the best run because I crashed it a whole bunch of times. But yeah, but I don't know what my estimate was for this, but yeah, it's fine. I wanted to show off some of the cool strategies. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If I want to do this kind of stuff about awesome games and quick, I really have to practice some of the specific moves a little bit more to get it more consistent. But overall,
I guarantee
it's fun.
CGN is gonna offer another $20 for AGG and Devil's Forest 2. So
Maybe even more.
yeah, that's gonna need practice.
Yeah, that one. I will definitely practice that. And if anyone offers it for Mute City 1, then too bad. Yeah, I can show it off. Alright, so that's it for me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.